Alrighty, moving on. 2 games left, and then we are out of here. Stick with us, folks. We are almost done. But yeah, man, oh man, oh man. Man, oh man, oh man. Was I right about this game or was I right about this game? And we have to talk about Dak Prescott getting injured. So let's talk about these stats, and then we'll talk about we've got the injury queued up. I mean, everybody likes to say they don't want to see the injury, but I mean, don't we want to see? I know we don't want to because it's hard to look at, and this is a man's career. But aren't we just curious by nature? And we have to look. We have to look, right? If somebody says, "Yo, don't look behind you," your first instinct is to say, "Where?" Right? So we've got the injury queued up. If you want to watch it, we're gonna show it. If you don't want to watch it, it's gonna be shown. So look away. But I will. I will warn everybody because it's not the best. It's really, truly. Woo! All right. But before we do that, here we go. Giants, Dallas. We know Dallas is not good defensively, and we know that the Giants are not as bad as their 0-4 record going into this week would suggest. We've seen time and time again, literally every week on our Wednesday film study, we're looking at a Daniel Jones potential game-winning or game-tying field or touchdown drive attempt. Now, he's not clutch, but that doesn't mean he's trash. Daniel Jones is actually pretty good. I'm a believer in Daniel Jones. It's just unfortunate. Saquon Barkley goes down. They don't have the best weapons offensively. I mean, their top receivers are Darius Slayton. Golden Tate's pretty good. Evan Ingram is a very, very good safety blanket at the tight end position. But, I mean, they don't have, like, a true number one receiver, and it's unfortunate. Plus, his running back goes down. So, Daniel Jones, he's not trash. He's just not clutch. We can't confuse the two. There's really just being a serviceable quarterback and then being an above-average clutch quarterback. But we've seen Daniel Jones drive down long fields, throw interceptions, or not able to complete the process of scoring a touchdown late in the game. We saw it last week against the Rams. We've seen it other weeks. He's just not clutch. It's unfortunate. He might be able to learn to be clutch. I don't know if that will ever come, but he's a very solid quarterback who can get you in game-winning, game-tying positions late in the fourth quarter where every team wants to be. Unfortunately, he can't capitalize. So the Giants make it a very, very competitive game. I mean, folks, we're talking about 17-3 Giants at the end of the first quarter. Why? Because Dak Prescott throws the pick six, because they're able to drive down the field on their first touchdown looking good. Scripted plays by Jason Garrett. Revenge game for Jason Garrett. He wants to prove that Dallas shouldn't have been fired. I tweeted out live that Jason Garrett, after this pick six by Dak Prescott, Jason Garrett's probably thinking to himself, he was never throwing pick sixes when I was, the head coach. Hey, but y'all do y'all. Y'all wanted to fire me, so this is what you get now. Dak Prescott throwing pick sixes, throwing out the leads, fumbling the ball. All of that has been shown in these first 5 weeks. Not great. But, yeah, competitive game all the way throughout. We're looking at 24-20. Dallas finally gets ahead going into half. But, Giants are sticking with it. They're sticking with field goals. Once again, this is kind of like that clutch gene, just not able to kind of extend the plays deep into the red zone. When we're on the goal line, we have to settle for field goals. They do it here. But, they make it a 1-point game. Dallas comes back with a touchdown. Then, the Giants once again come back with a field goal. Then they fumble because of then they fumble and then they capitalize with a touchdown. But then the Dallas comes back and then Andy Dalton leads them on a game-winning field goal drive. So well done to Andy Dalton to step in. But let's, quickly close out what we've been saying about the Giants. So Daniel Jones, 20 of 30. 222 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. That's what we know. He doesn't throw a lot of interceptions, but when he does, they're usually in clutch time spots. Doesn't throw a lot of touchdowns, and they definitely never come in clutch time spots. So the yards are there, the completion percentage, it's a lot of, all right. It's a lot of average, but he's not clutch, and it sucks. Devontae Freeman had a really good game, stepping up big. This is kind of like what I like to see about Todd Gurley and Devontae Freeman. They're good running backs. They just need a change of scenery. Maybe just got too tiresome of the organization. Devontae Freeman comes from Atlanta and he's a backup here, now thrown into the starting role because Saquon Barkley is out. And he had a pretty good game. 17 carries, 60 yards, and a touchdown. Very, very good. Solid game. And then we get Todd Gurley, who just needed a change of scenery again. Let's go back to this Atlanta game. But 14 carries for 121 yards, folks. So this man was getting it done. These running backs are good. They just need a change of scenery. Just sometimes you don't fit into the organization anymore. Fresh start. And these running backs are proving very, very good. So promising futures for Devontae Freeman still and Todd Gurley still, and I love to see it. So great game by Devontae Freeman. Darius Slayton, I mean, he had 129 yards receiving, absolutely fantastic, but just kind of a drop-off. They only really went to him. Second leading receiver was Golden Tate. He was targeted 5 times. He only put up 42 yards, though. So trying to get it to Darius Slayton, their number 1 receiver. All right, let's go to the Cowboys now. We know that Dak Prescott got injured. We are going to show it. But 14 of 21, 166 yards, no touchdowns, kind of that slow Dallas offense that we've been experiencing these last 5 weeks. And I mean, they have pieces, folks. They have offensive pieces. We're talking about CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper, Ezekiel Elliott. There's no reason why Dak Prescott should be having no touchdowns. And he played until the third quarter, folks. He did not get injured until this drive, I believe. 7 minutes left. Yeah, 7 minutes left in the third quarter. So he basically played the entire half of the game, more than half of the game. And he wasn't putting up any touchdowns passing. That's got to change. These slow starts really hurt him. The pick 6 really definitely hurt him. Andy Dalton steps in, 9 of 11 for 111 yards. Like, we knew Andy Dalton would be a serviceable backup quarterback, no doubt. He was able to kind of be that 8-8 quarterback with the Bengals, try to get to the playoffs, just can't get you over that playoff hump. But he can win you games, no doubt. He gives you a chance every single Sunday to win games. He's an 8-8 quarterback, 9-7 career quarterback. So we knew Andy Dalton would kind of step in here, and we were excited that he was getting a backup spot because he would have been kicked out of the league if he was not a backup. He's not a starter in the league anymore. Now he has to turn starter. This is the perfect situation for Andy Dalton to have success, and I think he will continue his success. He's going to get full-time practice from the ones this week. So 9 of 11 for 111 yards, no touchdowns, no picks, could definitely be elevated more these next couple weeks, or really the rest of the season, because Dak is out. He's out. Ezekiel Elliott, pretty good game, 19 carries, 91 yards, 2 touchdowns, feeding the man because, Dak Prescott's out, so let's get some rushing touchdowns to build up his confidence because we are really going to be switching from a pass-first team to a rush-first team for the rest of the season. That's no knock on Andy Dalton, that's just Ezekiel Elliott is now your best player on your team. So you play to your strengths. Hopefully Mike McCarthy does that. He's proven so far he doesn't do that. He didn't do that with Aaron Rodgers. We've seen Aaron Rodgers, the success he's had in the tail end of his prime these last 2 seasons with Matt LaFleur. So looks like I just lost the name. The head coach for the Cowboys. I forgot my point now because I forgot the name. But Aaron Rodgers, he's having success. Mike McCarthy is holding back this Cowboys offense. I hate to say it. They're late. They're starting games late. They're not getting good points early on. First quarter was absolutely terrible for them. Once again, those slow starts we've seen. Then Dak Prescott goes and throws 500 yards. Unfortunately, he gets injured, so he couldn't do that. But that was kind of the route that was going on until the injury. So, I mean, we knew the Giants would be competitive in this game. We liked what Daniel Jones has really kind of shown us. He's not clutch, but he'll put you in positions to be clutch, and that's what really we asked for, not getting blown out. Close games in the fourth quarter. How is it going to play out? So Dallas is able to kind of just get that last-second drive. Very good. I mean, we know the Cowboys' offense is better than the Giants' offense, so they should be scoring more points than them. And unfortunately, Daniel Jones, he didn't have a chance. He didn't have a chance to win the game, unfortunately. We've seen it. This may be his, this would have been his drive with a minute left, but, they couldn't get that first down to really ice the game, unfortunate, or to send the game into overtime. Alrighty, let's look at the injury. It's queued up. It's all ready to go. Well, it was until it just refreshed on me. Is it going to go back to this play? Nope. Damn it. Darn it. I had to queue it up and everything, but we can find it real quick. I know where it is. I've memorized the play, folks. I've memorized Dak Prescott's career-ending play. Here it is. Alrighty. Let's get to it. Here we go. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's go full screen. Let's go big time screen. So Dak Prescott. Here we go. Let's break the play down a little bit. They're up 1, driving into the red zone, designed run it looked like, and he tries to get a little bit more than he wants, and he bends his foot, and bruh. I just saw a worse angle that I didn't even know existed. Here we go. Look away, look away. Obviously, spoiler alert, trigger warning, whatever I gotta say now. But here it is. Let's slow it down. Dak Prescott right here. It's going to be his right foot. Just gets caught. And look at the way it turns. And we are looking at a backwards foot, folks. We are looking at a backwards foot. Look at this foot. Do you think it should look like this? It shouldn't. Oh, my goodness. Dak, we are like prayers up for Dak. Obviously, I think the Cowboys need to pay him. You need to pay the man. He just sacrificed his body to win you games. They were up 1, and he took the ball 9 yards on a rush play by a quarterback. The man was laying his life on the line for y'all. Y'all got to pay him. Unfortunately, Jerry Jones is going to have to pay him now. He's going to have to. But look at this foot, folks. Look at this foot. Look at that foot. That should not be doing that. Dak Prescott knows. He's in shock right now because he was not looking in pain. He was holding up his foot that's now 90 degrees angles, and he has no control over it. It's just limping. It's hanging off his body. He knows. He's like, oh, the foot. The foot's bad. The foot's 90 degrees. Holding it up. He shows no pain. Look, he's not crying, which he was, and I would be crying as well. He was screaming. He was crying. He's not doing it here. Pure shock. You really hate to see it, folks. Such a promising quarterback. Leading the league in passing yards. Trying to get that great contract. Dak Prescott's still trying to hold it up. He's like, nah, this shit ain't coming back up. Oh, my goodness. The bone there. Oh, man. Man. Look at it. Now it's starting to kick in. He's like, Jesus Christ. My foot is 90 degrees. My foot is perpendicular. This is not good. And he knows it's not good. I believe that's Gallup. Andy Dalton getting fucking, I don't know what's going on. They're having to like plug this man in. Is this man a robot? They're like putting the batteries into Andy Dalton, getting ready to play. And then just the absolute class by oh my goodness! I'm forgetting his name again. The head coach of the offensive coordinator for the Cowboys now, once head coach for the Giants now. The offensive coordinator for the Giants, once time head coach for the Cowboys. Jason Garrett. Look at the absolute class. He comes over. Dak, you good, man? Fuck, this was my quarterback. I've still got love. I still got respect for this man. So love to see that by I forgot the name again, so I won't say it. Just absolute love the respect. But, man, Dak Prescott, obviously prayers up, and we want a speedy recovery, although it's probably not coming speedy enough. So we'll see. Hopefully this is not career ending. Hopefully he can get back to what he's been doing because he had a promising future, truly, and it sucks. It truly does. Unfortunate. But Andy Dalton's a good, serviceable quarterback. Not too much to worry about, Cowboys fans. Obviously, we're going to get the drop-off from Dak to Andy Dalton. But, I mean, with the division you guys are in, the NFC East is truly not good. Andy Dalton is probably still the best quarterback in the division. Hate to say it. So nothing to truly kind of freak out. I mean, obviously you're going to freak out because you just lost your starting quarterback, but it could be a lot worse. Andy Dalton is probably the best backup in the league. Tell me one other backup that's better than Andy Dalton. I don't think you can. Jameis Winston? But he's going to throw the picks. Andy Dalton, he's still serviceable, so we'll see. All right,